Hi guys, I'm Steph Taylor and this is all the gear that I use to make travel videos and live streams. So stick around because I'm going to walk through each and every single piece coming up next. So the central and most important piece in making all of this come together is the main camera, and that is the Sony Alpha 7 III. I love this camera because it can shoot up to 120 frames per second, which means it will give me that really buttery, smooth, slow motion footage. This is my main vlogging camera, and this is the Canon G7x Mark II, and I like this one because it's got a flip screen. And this is something that the Sony Alpha 7 Mark III does not have, which kind of drives me crazy, but they do have monitors that you can buy separately. This is just a smaller camera. It's more practical for vlogging. This camera has gotten me through an entire year of travel videos. Really good camera. I highly recommend this for a starter vlogging camera. So next I have the DJI Osmo Pocket. This is a great camera. It's got a built-in gimbal and it's so tiny. I can just keep this in my pocket and pull it out if I want to grab some really awesome B-roll, and it also shoots in 4K. So this works especially well for run and gun videography when I just want to capture something quickly but have really high quality footage. It also comes with a hard shell case with a strap, so that's pretty cool. Another camera I like to use is the Gopro Hero 4. I do not have the newer GoPro yet. This works just fine for me for now. You can see it's got the floaty handle, which is great when I'm doing underwater footage. So my go-to lens is the Sony FE 2.8 24 to 70 millimeter. This is a really awesome lens. It gives just enough shallow depth of field. This is a gorgeous lens and it gets most of everything done for me. This is my next lens that I use in mostly low light settings, or if I want to get that really dramatic cinematic B-roll. This is a beautiful lens too. It's a Sigma 30mm f1.4 contemporary DCDN lens. I like it because it's small, and usually when the sun goes down I will pull this bad boy out because it works really well in low light. Amazing shallow depth of field with this lens. So for really bright days I like to use an ND filter. This one is an 82mm and it just helps kind of cut down some of the harsh light. Great for really, really sunny beach days or when I can't avoid shooting at high noon, which is a photographer's nightmare. I also have some smaller ND filters, and these are for the smaller lens. My favorite drone to use is the DJI Mavic Pro. What I really love about this drone is its response time between the connection of the drone itself and the controller. I've noticed with the Mavic Air, it seems to get a little bit laggy, which ruins my footage. Now, flight time for this is also longer than the Mavic Air because it's between 22 and 27 minutes of battery life based on conditions. If it's too windy, obviously it's going to decrease that time. I always make sure to have a spare battery just to maximize my time in the air and capturing all of the footage that I need. And the Mavic Pro really isn't that much bigger than the Mavic Air, which makes traveling with it very, very doable. This is the Mavic Pro Controller. Another drone that I have is the Mavic Air. This one I love because of just how compact it is. It folds up nice and tight. You can actually keep this in a jacket pocket, which works really well for travel. Battery life for this guy in optimal conditions is going to be about 20 minutes. So because of that, I have another spare battery. Now what DJI did differently with the Mavic Air controller is they made a compartment for the little knobs, and so just like that, it makes packing it a lot more compact, but it just packs away much tighter, which allows you to, oh, and they also provide spare ones just in case you drop these, because that's something I've done before. It also eliminates possibility for the knobs to break, which is something I like about this remote control. The microphone that I use for my Sony Alpha 7 is the Rode Compact Video Micro and Shock Mount. I like this because it's really tiny and I don't have to worry about traveling with this big honking mic. It also comes with a dead cat, that is what this is called. It's a wind jammer, so it blocks out the wind and gives you smooth sound. Next, I have a lavalier mic, and this is also called a lav mic. This is great for when I'm doing stand-up shots. I am actually wearing one right now, but it pins onto your lapel here, and then you can either plug it directly into the camera, or what you can do is, if you have an adapter just like this, you can plug it into your phone and match the audio later, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. Now, the lav mic works great for when you're speaking directly to the camera, but you're not necessarily close enough to have the audio pick up your sound. It's great for hosting and stand-up shots. So these are little micro wind jammers, and you can get these on Amazon. It's like a snack size version of the dead cat, but the reason I have these is to go onto the Canon G7x, which has no plug-in for an external mic. The mic is actually built in, and there are a few tiny holes on the top for the mic that are really easy to cover accidentally with your fingers when you're vlogging, which is something that I've done before, but this is just a great way to block out the wind and get really good clean sound. So next I have my MacBook Pro, which is what I use for all of my editing when I'm on the road. Typically tend to leave this at home just because it does add extra weight, but if I am doing multiple vlogs on one trip, then this is definitely what I want to bring along with me. Also, I have a hyperdrive, which allows me to connect all of my SD cards, both regular size and micro size right here, also a couple of USB ports here, and then the C right there. And then can't leave home without the charger, or else we won't have anything that works. Another important thing to bring with me is an external drive. This is a Samsung portable SSD T5. This is half a terabyte, which is 500 gig. Which is enough for me right now. Eventually I'll want to upgrade to a full terabyte. This is an international adapter. This is by Best Tech, and I love this because it comes with all the different adapters. I've got the US one right here. Looks like Australia. There's the standard European one that just connects just like so. So any of these can be connected just like that. And then this cord connects to this unit here, which has 3 outlets, which is really nice. I can plug 3 US cords into this, as well as 4 USB ports right there. This is my Anker power core, and this comes in handy for when I'm wanting to charge pretty much everything that you see here. It has 20,000 milliamps, and it will typically last me one entire trip, so several days. This will charge my phones, my gimbals, my cameras. This is great. This is the Zhiyun Crane 2. This is what I would use for my larger camera. It's heavy duty. It takes 2 lithium batteries that are included when you purchase this gimbal, but this one is a really good gimbal. I also have the Dji Osmo Mobile 2. This is great for when I just want to be filming on my phone, and it allows me to do hyperlapses and all kinds of really sweet stuff in the DJI app that this is used with. This is the Joby Gorillapod 3K, so it can hold a pretty heavy camera. This is what I would use for my Sony Alpha 7. If I'm using the heavy lens, I want to be really careful using this. I might actually consider upgrading to a 5K just to be able to support the weight of this lens. If I'm just using this lens though, this is sturdy enough. I got the one with the ball head kit, so this allows me to quickly adjust my shot this way. And it's got a built-in level And then I have this tripod, which is super lightweight. It's the Sirui T-024X. This is great because it's super lightweight. It does what I need it to do, and I can pack it easily. It's not heavy. Now, I won't always bring this tripod with me just because it is, even when it's condensed, it still takes up a lot of space, and I can accomplish most of my stuff with my Gorillapod. So a lot of times I'll leave that tripod at home. This is my camera strap, and it is made by Peak Design. I love it because it is quick release, this little button mechanism, and it slides right in, and then it's just quick release like that. This is my boobum bag. I don't know how to pronounce it. I call it my boobum bag because it's called boobum. Maybe it's bubum, I don't know, but this is making my OCD feel like really good because it holds all the things. You can see here I have various dongles, an extra Canon G7x battery, an extra GoPro battery here. I have a car charger there, earbuds, a lightning cable for my phones and all my Mac products, a wall plug for my Sony Alpha 7 because it can plug directly into the wall. This is a Velo Intervalometer. I use this to do my time lapses on the Sony Alpha 7 because there isn't already a built-in program in the camera that does it automatically. There will be in a month or so after an update, but when I first got this camera, it did not come with the ability to do time lapses, so that is why I have an intervalometer. It just spaces out the still shots, and then you can stitch the still shots together. Various GoPro accessories. There's a magenta filter, which comes in handy if you're going underwater. If you're in turquoise water, your footage tends to look kind of funky. So this actually will balance the color out for you and make it look a little bit more normal. And then on the other side, I have an additional power pack, and this is where I keep all of my chargers, Sony Alpha 7 charger. I have the Canon G7x charging in the bathroom currently, but that is the compartment that I keep those in. I have a GoPro Dome, which takes really cool half underwater, half overwater shots. I haven't had the chance to use this yet because I'm looking for an opportunity where I don't have to worry about taking a whole bunch of space up. In the last few underwater trips I've gone on, space was very limited. This is a very big item. I've got my various GoPro attachments here in a bag. I have my head or helmet strap for the GoPro, which comes in handy when I'm ziplining, biking, things like that. So this is what I use to clean my cameras on the road. I have lens pens of various sizes. There's a small, medium, and large, and it's got a brush so you can brush away the dust, and then you can wipe off your lenses that way, so that is a plus. I also have a lens wipe, a little blower. My main live streaming camera that I use is the Logitech C920. This one used to be kind of buggy, but there was an update that fixed it. But this is what I'll use for most of my live streams. I don't typically tend to bring this with me when I'm on the road. I use this more at home, but I do have the option to bring this with me if I have my laptop with me, so that's good. This is a pocket Wi-Fi. It's made by GLocalMe. It tends to work as long as you are in an area that already has local Wi-Fi. So obviously if I'm in the middle of the ocean, this will not work, but this has come in handy for those trips when I want to connect to local Wi-Fi. This is a ring light, and I will just clip this onto my phone and it will light up my face while I am live streaming. It also comes in handy when I am in a hostel and it's really dark, and I can lower the intensity. It also has 3 settings, so it has warm, super cool and then kind of a medium tone. It also comes with a lens, which I actually don't really use that often, but it's a wide lens that clips over your camera just like that. But what I use instead of that is the Olo clip, and I like this because, well, it's not working right now, but this actually has a built-in LED light that also lights up. It's just, it's harsher lighting on the face, which is why I like this. Is a lot softer. I'll usually use this when I'm already in good lighting, and it just clips right over my phone just like that. This is great to have when I am at a really scenic location and want to use the wide lens to show all of my surroundings while I'm broadcasting. So this is another great tool to have. This is a mobile adapter for a tripod. It's made by Joby, and it can either do landscape or portrait mode. This I never leave home without. This is a mobile tripod, and it also extends just like this. Have a nice stationary shot while I am broadcasting. If it's on a level surface, it tends to work much better, but it angles up, down, and it stays just like that. Now, some of these things might not work for you. It takes some time to build your collection and see what really works well for what you're trying to do. This collection has taken me a little over a year to build, and I'm still kind of trying to get used to it, but do what works for you, do the research, test different things. A great and affordable way to do this is to just rent equipment from the local camera store. That way you can experiment with different products and see what works best for you. So there you have it. That is all of the gear that I use. If you have any questions or want to know where to get these products, I'll leave all the links down below for more information. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more travel tips, travel destinations, I do encourage you to subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so that you know when new videos are posted, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forgive it. Forgive it. I do encourage you to subscribe.